there's great news, everybody. The royal baby, thank you. There's the royal baby. The royal baby is here. The baby looks like all babies, just cute and precious and full of hope. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I like about Meghan Markle? I like that Meghan Markle gained weight like everybody else. She didn't try anything weird, like, you know, a Spanx or something like that, contouring makeup. She's unrecognizable in the face, right? And I mean that in a good way. You know how it was after you pushed out. Look at those upper arms. They look like yours and mine, don't they? Look at her fupa right here, right? Hey, I like it. So baby Jerome doesn't have a name yet. We don't know what his name is, but you know, cute baby. A lot of people were wondering what the baby would look like. People are really stuck on this thing, like, is he gonna look black? Is he gonna look white? You know how that goes. The color starts on the ears, and then it moves in. And then usually by like the 3-month mark, you know what color baby you have. But she's half black, half white, and he's all white, so that makes the baby a quarter black, which still makes him black. What does a black ginger look like? Sinbad. Oh, Sinbad. Oh, he's the only black ginger that we know though, right? Well, maybe you know some, maybe you are one. Good for you. Anyway, look, I love this family. They both spoke to the press. Take a look.
We're just so thrilled to have our own little bundle of joy and be able to spend some precious times with him as he slowly starts to grow up.
It'll be a nice moment to introduce the baby to more family, and my mom's with us as well. So it's been a really here we go.
Another great grandchild.
Yes.
I'm happy for them, but particularly for her. You know, Meghan's got this half-brother, Thomas, and he spoke out yesterday, and what he was basically saying is that he's hoping that becoming a mother will open her eyes and shed light on what it means to be family. Well, you know what, Thomas? I don't know your relationship with your sister, but I do know that between you and your other sister, the one in the wheelchair, and your father, the three of you have managed to bash Meghan the entire time that she's been involved with the prince. And we're not your family. You know, family are only people that you're born to have to tolerate. They're not people that you elect to be with. So, you know, it's more of an honor to be somebody's friend because that means that you were selected. You know what I mean? I mean, if you think about the bigger scheme of what matters in life, being a family member is nothing. You were born into that. Ugh. Anyway, but here's the thing, and even the most hardened woman gets a little softer when she has a baby. Towards even family members that, she doesn't particularly care for, but now the baby's here, we don't want to continue this same mess or the same immaturity, or I'm gonna let bygones be bygones. And so maybe this will soften her to want to make amends with her father. I don't know what her father's done. You know, it was said that Mr. Markle was the one who spent, you know, his hardworking worker man money to put her in talented lessons, the ballet and the tap and whatever, that eventually got her to Hollywood and eventually got her first marriage where she broke up with the guy over an email. And then, or was that the boyfriend who was the cook on the set of, oh gee. Anyway, she's been around like many people before they get married. You know, she's had relationships and stuff like that, and she's a little bit older than him. And maybe her family's jealous, maybe her sister's jealous, maybe the brother just wants, you know, alone. And the father, I don't see Mr. Markle as being a bad guy. I just hope that she does make amends, because Meghan now has the biggest thing going, and that is she married him. There's no event bigger than marrying and giving birth to the first son in the royal family. Even the second kid won't count, you know? So now, nobody's getting any younger, and you know, I do think that she should reach out and try to make some sort of amends with her three family members that we don't know anything about, because all we know is the mother, you know, and that's not good enough, not when you don't try, not if you're not gonna try with the others, and you have so much. All her life she wanted to be a princess, or what, you know, something royal, she achieved it. Yeah. Like, yeah. I still think, though, that she has something up her sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, he loves her just a lot of bit more than she loves him. And she knows exactly what keys to turn to make him, to keep his clock right where it needs to be. And the royal family will not boss her around. So, yeah. I like it. I went out last night. No, you all are gonna stop with this hot topics. So I went out last night, right? My nephew was in town, you know? And so I felt like I'd taken a nap, but around 11 o'clock, I felt like some Mediterranean food. So I just, so we get in the car, we go around, we get to Mediterranean food. As we're coming in the place, it was a happening in New York. It was like a happening. Like all the guys were really tall, some ball players, but I don't follow unless it's, intersecting with hot topics. But there were some really tall men in there and some really beautiful women, and everybody was eating really good Mediterranean food, and they were smoking hookah and having drinks, and the music was really eclectic, and it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Well, honey, we arrive, I just say, all right, well, if we can't get a table, then we'll just get it to go. We'll eat it, while watching Kimmel at home. So we ended up getting a table, which was nice, thank you, sir. And as we're walking over, and the place, it's more like a happening scene than a restaurant. It really is not a restaurant, but the food was excellent. This man comes over to me that I do not recognize, and I had no backup. And my, my nephew's 25, he's into girls, his work, his paper, or whatever. Oh. Anyway, and Aunt Wendy, yeah, it's Aunt Wendy. But he's not like looking for, Aunt Wendy. Who's that man talking to you? Do you need, right? So here we go. Here we go, Norman. So he says, hi, Wendy, you know who I am? And he wasn't bad looking. He had curly hair. He was a black man with brown skin. I don't know whether it was a process or not, but it looked fine. He had curly hair. He had, chain swinging. I still am about that life. I mean, I like a man in a suit. No. I like a grown man like my age or a little older, in a suit and everything, a little cat daddy salt and pepper, but I'm still about that life. When the chain is swinging and the diamonds are going, I'm like, and then you see an important watch and stuff. Yes, fine, I'm 54 going on 14. And he's taller than me, and so my nephew's standing there, and we're not, the guy's about to take us upstairs to eat. He's like, you know who I am? And he smiles, a cute smile. I said, no. And I'm with my nephew, like I'm not in effect mode. I'm trying to get something to eat, but I'll be back around maybe next week. And so, the man was about to escort us, so I grabbed my nephew by the forearm because he's looking around because the girls are beautiful, right? He's looking around, I squeezed his forearm because now the man is like, you don't know who I am? I said, no, did I meet you someplace? He said, you know me. I said, who are you? And I'm squeezing the life out of Travis's forearm. Like, pay attention, I might get my wig snatched. I don't know what's about to happen. And he tells me, I am Mr. Papers.
You're kidding!
Honey, child, do you remember us talking about Papers just last week? We were talking about Lil Kim, that's Papers' baby's father. No! James was at home. I'm sorry, it was just some Mediterranean food. I figured I could just skip my way. Travis knew nothing. He's busy looking at the girls. I'm squeezing the life out of him, and I got Papers in my face. I said to him, no lie, I said, are you mad at me? And he said, no, you do what you do and you do it so well. We love you. That was just a thing. Oh, man. It's your papers! No! And this is what I said about him, papers. I take it, it's not that I take it back, and thank you for understanding the show and my foolishness in the way it's delivered, papers. You are a gentleman and a scholar, but this is what I said about him last week, because I don't know papers.
Right.
Except that Kim was getting her mansion foreclosed in Jersey for a little over $2 million. And I'm like, well, her baby's father's name is Papers.
Right.
Kim's had this house since longer than she known Papers. Kim's has this house since Biggie times. You would think that if your baby's father's name is Papers, that she wouldn't be getting foreclosed for $2 million. And then I said, no. Because then I said, well, maybe she's not with Papers anymore and her house is not his responsibility. Only royalty reign is his responsibility.
Right.
So I don't know what their relationship is, but I said, good luck to both of you. And that was it. But yo, and he was standing there by himself. And then, next thing you know, this cool white boy came up to him. And like, you know, I guess that was his bro for the night or whatever, you know, they were out there having, I was like, Papers, I gotta go. So I grabbed my nephew, like, just come on. I was like, that was Papers, he's really cool. So we get upstairs and then Papers comes upstairs and he's sitting and he's eating. He said, I'm gonna be upstairs to eat too. I was like, okay. But I didn't want a relationship, like I didn't want to forge, you know, anything to ruin Hot Topics. You know how I feel about the celebrities. You stick and you move. You don't hang around with them because otherwise that ruins my Hot Topics delivery for you. Yeah. Turns out the boy that he was with, who's not a boy, he's a young man, Cyndi Lauper's son. Well, I didn't know that either because right after I turned from Papers and we're trying to scurry up the steps, the boy goes, he goes, hi, Wendy, my mother loves you. And I'm like, oh God, who is this? And he's with Papers. So he goes, my mom, Cyndi Lauper. I was like, oh, I love your mother. Yeah. So anyway, we had fun last night and I'm here now to live to tell the story. Ow. New life is not a bad life, I gotta tell you something. The adventures of it all. And it's only been a moment, but the adventures are book-worthy. Where will I go tonight? Sit my old ass down and get some sleep. So listen, you know, I don't know for factual if when you get a rib removed, if that's even possible, you know, does your waist look like Kim K's? But she's getting slammed for this waspy waist thing at the Met Gala. People are saying that she removed a rib. I've made those jokes before here myself. You know I have. And there is such a thing as getting a rib removed. I don't know any doctors that do it. I've asked doctors before not to get a rib removed, but you know I'm always doing my research so I can come back and report to you. Well, yeah, if you get these, like the last few ribs removed, yep, your waist will go in like that, but there's always that jagged edge. Wouldn't you be concerned that the jagged edge might poke your heart? And I know your heart's up here, but still. So this woman, the former bachelorette, you know the girl, Melissa Rencroft, her? Well, she's one of the slammers in the Kim Slamation. She goes, she posts Kim's picture and she says, not natural and not something young ones should be looking up to, not to mention it doesn't even look right. Wow. Hey, Melissa, jealous much? And here's why. No, it doesn't look natural. But that is, like, when you talk about a Coke bottle body, you have to give it to this girl. Come on. couple right there in my mother and father's chair, they aren't doing anything. He's scared to clap because he knows she's beautiful. And look. And her peripheral vision is so good that the second he goes like this, she's gonna elbow the hell out of him. And when he's looking at that monitor, look, sir, look. Something else, huh? Anyway, look, behind the scenes, there's a video of Kim getting ready. She's wearing a corset. Now, you see how the corset, if you've ever worn a corset, you know it will take every inch of your skin, snatch, and then they go in right here, and you pull it, like, that's a corseted body. And she's also, remember, Kim is only like 5'2" or 3. Like she's short, you know? She's also gotten a whole lot of stuff done to her body to exaggerate that figure. And there's no denying that, Kimberly. Are we still denying that? And she does work out. Her trainer is very upset with all of you all for insisting that she got a rib removed. He says he works out with her, you know, every day, and she works really hard and so on and so forth. And you know what? She can work really hard, but there's certain things, no matter how hard you work, this is not natural and this is not achievable without help from a surgeon or a corset. And the caution about corsets is that they squash your insides. Like it's not even worth it wearing a Spanx. I mean, if you listen to the way my doctors talk at me, and I'm like, I don't wear that stuff. They're like, Wendy, don't do it. You know, the scrunching of your waist, like even just to sit for a 1-hour show, if you're, you know, spanked up or something like that, you might want to roll them down just a little bit while you're sitting. Then when we go into commercial break and you stand up, quickly pull them back up and wiggle, and then put them back down. Clap if you think that this is not attractive and this is so unrealistic and ridiculous. I expected you all to be more open-minded. I mean, it's not us, but can't we clap for the next girl? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, Kim doesn't want your man. She wants, no, she doesn't. Well, we'll figure that out one day. But you can clap for the next girl. That looks bomb, you all. That looks bomb. Thing about a corset is you can't have any bubble over. See, that's where a lot of girls get stuck. You can't have the wasp and then a whole bunch of bubble and a whole bunch of bubble. No. The rest has got to be together. I'm still trying to figure out, and I like Zendaya, but I can't figure out exactly what she does other than she's a great mannequin for makeup and stuff like that, and she's a lovely girl. She was on my season of Dancing with the Stars. I didn't know who she was then. They said she's a Disney kid. But at that particular time, Kevin was already in like third, he wasn't watching Disney like that. So there she is dressed as this Cinderella, you know, at the Met Gala. We talked about this dress. It lights up when you hit it with a wand or something like that. Anyway, Zendaya got called out at the Met Gala by Lindsay Lohan. Okay, Lindsay, I'm trying with you. I am trying with you, but you're making it difficult, Lindsay. Lindsay posted about her Zach Posen dress, about her Christian Sirianni. Was that?
It was Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, Tommy Hilfiger made that dress. Mm-hmm. Do they sell that at Macy's? Anyway, Tommy Hilfiger made this dress. When you hit it, it lights starting at the bottom, goes all the way up. Lindsay Lindsay posted that Claire Danes did that with Zach Posen already. See, Lindsay, fashion people remember that Claire Danes did it. You know, the fashion community. Your average person, like all of us here, don't remember that Claire Danes did that. So it was new for Zendaya, and besides, there are no new outfits on any of these red carpets. Kim's waist has been affected by actresses and actors for years. So nothing is new. And this is Claire Danes, who, by the way, hers lights up real nice. Problem is, what's the point in all that lighting when the sun's out and you can't really see it, right? It just looks like a big dress on Claire Danes. Anyway, then Lindsay didn't stop. She tagged Claire and wrote, no, she says, Claire Danes, you wore this dress so beautifully. I don't know why someone thinks they can be more chic, ever. Well, Claire, being the more mature woman that she is, did not respond to Lindsay. Did not. She stayed out of it. And so I'm like, all right, so what is the deal with Zendaya? She sings and she acts. She was a Disney kid. But why is Lindsay still stuck on her, like now? Lindsay, why are you talking? Because we want you to be likable. We want you to be, who do we want her to be? Sober. She said sober. She is sober, ma'am. We established that last year. No, we want her to be Ariel, I think. She wants to play Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Yeah, Lindsay would be good for that. She's all red, and she's always wanted to play Ariel. No, even when she was a kid, she'd say to interviewers, I want to be Ariel. Like, that is who she wanted to be. So, it turns out Zendaya is up for the upcoming role in The Little Mermaid. Zendaya is up for the role, so Lindsay, I guess, is, mad at that as well. Lindsay, you're a little old to be playing Little Mermaid, although I think that she possesses enough youthful look, along with the natural red hair, and the alabaster-y skin, and her knowledge of Ariel, because she studied this Little Mermaid thing. I just think that you need to go and audition, stay off social media, and leave Zendaya alone, because she's one of these people. She's one of these people. You might not know what she does, but just know this. When you talk bad about Zendaya, it's kind of like running Bambi over with your car. Like you get no points for messing around with Zendaya, Linz. And good luck, though, with that audition. You audition for Ariel, see what happens. We've got more great show for you, everybody. Oh, yeah. Up next, the hugely popular author, E.L. James is here. So grab a snack and come on back.